Now you can see this is inlet cam, this is inlet cam wheel, and this is exhaust cam wheel. Now the backlash sound. What is exactly backlash sound? The pitch. Now gear has got particular pitch. The crank pinion, exhaust valve cam wheel, and inlet valve cam wheel has got pitch. The pitch means gap between two teeth. Now the sound what you are getting basically is called backlash. When you ride the bike, when you accelerate the bike, the total load comes on the cam wheels. When the crankshaft transfer the power to the exhaust wheel and to the inlet wheel, at that time the cam wheels are basically pushing push rod to upward, and so the inlet cam wheel. Now what is happening exactly inside? Now you can see the sound, you can hear it, right? Now I'll show you what is there behind the cam wheels. The cam wheels basically rotates on cam spindles. These are spindles. The spindle has got one sleeve. The sleeve is basically eccentric. It's not rotating in exactly in center. If you can, I'll just try to show you. This is an eccentric sleeve. Now these are hydraulic tappets. This vehicle doesn't require any tappet setting. Reason, the hydraulic tappets are basically immersed in oil and with great pressure. So all the time it requires lot of oil and lot of pressure to keep in active condition. It has got self adjustments inside the tappet, which is based on piston and spring. Now the backlash setting is a totally different ball game. In general, all the mechanics, what they are exactly doing, they are just rotating the sleeves and adjusting the cam wheel distance. If you rotate this side, the cam will come this side. If you rotate this side, the cam will come this side. It might go this side also, but it depends how you are setting. But you have to use different trick for that. You just cannot set the cam wheels directly. You have to unload the basically load which is given by the cam wheels to the rockers. Now rockers are under pressure. Why? Because the valves are having springs, right? When the cam wheel is pressing this tappet, hydraulic tappet, at that time the tappet is pressing or pushing the push rod. The push rod is pressing your rocker box. The rocker box is pressing your valve. The valve is pressing the valve spring. Now the valve spring is coming under load. When you are pressing the rocker, it is coming under load. So there is a reverse pressure. So what is happening? The reverse pressure is basically again loading the cam wheels. At that time your sound comes more. This is a regular sound. This you won't get this kind of a sound in the regular rides. But when the pressure is there by the tappets, then the sound will come. Now we have to set the cams. To set the cams, first of all you have to disconnect the rocker box from the top. Then you have to remove push rod, but you have to keep the vehicle in perfect timing. If you can see these two marks meshed with this, so the vehicle, the cams are not getting pushed by the crank. So I have removed whole load from the top. Now I am going to set the backlash. Now you can hear the sound. Now what to do? You just cannot set the backlash over here at this point. When the timing is in synchronized condition, you cannot set the cams in this condition. You have to rotate the crank. Now you have to find the exact place where the load is going to be. The reverse load. I am talking about reverse load. Now see, the cam wheel is rotating and the lobe is now coming back to the its own position till it's coming down to bottom end. Now it's about to come. That means here the load is high, because when the cam is pressing from this side, from this lobe side, the cams are basically compressing the upper spring, upper valve spring. Now when the tappet, the hydraulic tappet crosses the lobe, then the whatever the pressure given or the load given by the cams to the valve spring, it's gonna be it's releasing now, right? So the whole load is coming back to the lobe. Now this is the perfect point where we'll be having lot of sound. So how to set this? Now at this condition you can hear the sound. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate this sleeve, inner sleeve, to the left hand side, that is anti-clockwise, very gently. The sleeve stopped over here. Why? Because the cam is perfectly synchronized with the crank pinion. Now no sound. Again check it, again check it. No sound. You have to rotate, you have to keep on rotating this inner sleeve till it stops automatically. You don't have to use any brutal force. It just you can rotate by hand also, just by fingers. What is happening? Just check out. No sound. So we have removed backlash from crank to cam wheel, that is exhaust wheel. You have to set first exhaust wheel. You cannot set all three together. Now first wheel we have synchronized perfectly. You'll have to use two spanners for this. Hold that sleeve from back side and just tight the nut. Now exhaust cam is done. Now you have to come back to timing, because we have to work on inlet cam now. How to synchronize timing? The exhaust cam has got two dots. Exhaust cams has got two dots, and the crank pinion or the crankshaft has got two dots. You have to synchronize both the dots together, right? Now we'll install this inlet cam. Now while installing inlet cam, don't forget to lubricate the sleeve, otherwise it will become jam while riding. Every part you have to lubricate while installing, and yes, of course, clean. Now we are installing this inlet cam. Inlet cam has got one dot, which we will be synchronizing with exhaust cam. Done. Now we have synchronized inlet cam with to the exhaust cam. Exhaust cam is synchronized to